Hello everyone, welcome back. I've been gone for a while, and this is one of the things I've been working on. This is two small, or some would say large, but I'll say small systems. On the top you see the make noise modules, most of which are from the new universal synthesizer system. And then a couple of the older ones, so a press point and a QPAS. But we'll only be using one module as the main voice, sort of, which is the Multimod, and then the QPAS to get some bandpass filtering. And unlike what I want to do, just because I want to make my comeback a bit easier for myself. And then as the main voice, we have the make noise Soundhack TelHarmonic. And then we have some fancy stuff going on. So the main thing about the TelHarmonic is that it's going with this black cable. It's going to the VCA by Intellijel. And then that is going with the white cable, it is going to the Multimod. And with the Multimod, we are not going to touch the settings, so we are basically just multiplying with a forward read in the red mode. I'm not sure how visible it's there, but in the red mode. And then we are taking different types of stuff from there. Maybe in the end, I'll tell you that when I change it so that we can hear it drastically, change the voices that we are hearing through it. And those multimod outputs, I'm using almost all of them. I've left number 5 and 8 of the outputs off, and they all go to the Befaco STMIX. And then that goes to the first channel on the Intellijel Aux mix. And that is the first part. Then the second part is that we take the same voice, but now we take the P out. I forget what that stands for, and I don't want to correct myself in the middle of this video unless I do it by text. And then that is being like funnily controlled. The amount of that voice is being controlled by Intellijel tangrams, which is looped to the DXG. The DXG goes directly to where do we go? DXG goes to the STMIX again, so that goes to the same channel. Right. So right now, oh yes, this is why I got confused. This is the issue about pre-patching and then recording after even multiple days, because I'm a bit late with this video. So we are taking a duplicate of the H out that goes to the Multimod, that is being gated just by the sequencer. There's no ADSR or any other type of envelope on this one. And we're taking that dupe with this black cable that you cannot see because I'm using a lot of black cables here. I'll try to perform better next time. My first video with the Eurorack, or a proper video with Eurorack, I'm sorry. So we are taking that duplicate to the Squawk Dirty to Me by Endorphin.es. And we are using bandpass again, because that's my favorite type of filter. And that goes to the Soundhack Mimeophon. And that goes then to the stereo strip with these two cables here. and then we go with the yellow cables to the second channel in. We are almost done. So then the simple parts. We are taking the third channel as an aux. So we have the aux out from the aux mix to the ALM MFX. And then that goes to the third channel, shows that it works as a send return effect. And we are using a more or less basic reverb on it. Then we are using the function to just control with CV the panning of the stereo strip. Yeah. And then finally, as the control, I'll just turn the camera a bit and then we'll go back. So as the controller, we have the Arturia Keystep that wants now to go to sleep. And we are only using the track 3 for now. I have 4 tracks available. I have the STO available, and then we would have the whole make noise NUSS half system, maybe. No, it's a bit more than half. But for this one, I'll keep it like this. This is the sort of the blessing and curse of Eurorack. You can use all your modules, but you might not want to. And then when you don't, you feel a bit sad about it, but I am not actually sad about that. Let's make a sequence. I'm using my right hand, and I'll just record it slowly so you'll hear exactly what I'm pressing and when I am doing it. So let's use only the black keys because that's always fun. And let's do like sort of a descending. Let's repeat that on there. Then let's jump. Let's take one and then end on this one. And let's make the sequence a bit slower. So instead of adjusting the BPM, I'll just check how it sounds with the 8th note first. Okay, yeah. So now we're hearing everything. Listen to the first one. So all of these, I'd have to touch 3 mixers at the same time, so let's maybe try this one. So all of those multimods, all of those channels are coming from the multimod. And basically with this one, we can hear the dry, and then let's hear some of the effect. So that's our fancy reverb at work. Let's try a bit less of that and a bit more of the dry. I think that's nice. Yeah. And now let's bring back the second voice. So the function, I described it earlier a bit wrong. It's instead it's instead going to the Endorphin.es filter, and it's affecting the frequency response. Because this is again the problem with making pre-patched and then doing a video later, is that I tried it in the pan CV, but I didn't really like it. I can do it by hand instead, and then we'll listen to that. Let's do that. Let's correct my mistake now. It's not at least translating to my headphones that well, so maybe there's some summing going on in the mixer that I haven't figured out. We're hearing the Mimeophon here, so let's increase the time just a bit. A bit more. Yeah, that's what I like. So let's increase the mix. And now let's bring some more reverb to it. Beautiful. Or at least I think it's beautiful. So we can take just the wet, so just the wet of the ALM MFX. And let's bring back our second channel. Or I mean, first channel. Okay, and I think for our first video, this is quite in depth already, but that's sort of my thing. Let's bring this down for a moment. So, as now we have just some beautiful reverb in the background. So this is sort of my thing. I go straight to the deep end, and my next video will be how I arrived here. And maybe I'll show my face in the next one, because probably then I won't have any of this stuff here going on. So where was I? Yes, the deep end. So to end this, we will now take the second voice all the way off, and let's just hear the first voice without any effects, so you can already tell there's a lot of going on. And if I adjust the time on the multimod just a bit, a bit more, now time is all the way down, and let's do the same to spread. That sounds funny. Okay, now let's increase the time. That sounds nothing like what I've put in the sequence. Let's just bring the original voices comparison. Let's take the Mimeophon out. Yeah, so this is our comparison. It sounds like it's starving to death. So let's increase the spread or decrease. I'm not sure what's the correct term. And let's make the time all the way up. So time all the way up means most time, I think. So let's do the same for spread. Again, I really think this sounds nothing like what I put in here. Let's add some reverb. And let's listen to the original. Yeah, I don't think so. How about you? This is actually what I love about synths and why I like loopers and that sort of stuff in the guitar world so much, is that you can basically destroy the sound. Let's add just a touch of reverb. Let's listen to that. Yes, this much. Okay, let's go back to the original now. So in about noon, we just have this sort of multiplication going on, and if I change it just a tad, it goes bonkers. And now the time as well. So that was the spread, and now the time. Yeah, let's listen to the original again. Okay, and as is the fashion for me, I have a delay, so I'll oscillate it, and then we'll say goodbye.